Hey, good morning, everybody. This is the professor with Day Trading for Success. So today we're going to be trying our daily goal of $5,000 a day with various strategies. So stick around. It should be interesting.
Welcome to Day Trading for Success, hosted by the professor, a former math teacher, professional trader, and coder for Charles Schwab's Thinkorswim platform. The professor isn't a licensed financial advisor. Always consult a pro before diving into any strategies or demos you see here. Start smart, practice in a simulator, stick to a solid day trading plan, and don't forget to log every trade. Your profits will start with preparation. Thank you for allowing us to share in your journey. Please remember to subscribe, comment, give a thumbs up, and click that notification bell so you can be the first to receive more of our great content.
Hey, welcome back, everybody. So I'm here with the usual suspects up on Zoom. I will be doing what they call quarterbacking. I'll be calling, all the trades. 1 second. Although everybody's responsible for their own trading. And we'll be starting a half hour after market opens, which is just a few minutes from now, because that's when this strategy happens. So we're on the New York Stock Exchange on the East Coast of the United States. So that will be 10 a.m. So what you see here is a layout that I use basically to start a various bunch of different strategies. So we teach the RV strategy, we teach 4 different open strategies, we teach the Holy Grail, we teach freestyle trading, we teach the power hour strategy, and then we teach sometimes the escalator strategy. So our whole goal here on this channel is to teach you, but through some entertainment so you don't fall asleep. We try to find times where it's going to be exciting and everybody can make money, but our whole goal is to have you make $100 a day, $200 a day, $500 a day, maybe more. So when you see us trading 500 or 1,000 shares, keep in mind, these strategies don't require that level of share size. You can trade with 1 share, 5 shares, 10 shares. The only thing I do recommend you do, no matter how you're trading, is that you follow your day trading plan, which means you would have a maximum loss amount of money per trade that you would before you get out of the trade, a maximum loss per day before you just stop for the day, maybe something like no more than 3 bad trades in a row, and then I just want to get out because I'm not feeling it today. I'm not calling the price action correctly. So those would be the things that you'd want to have on there. But also you'd want to have the time that you're going to trade on your day trading plan and things like that. So after you make that plan, I recommend you trading in a simulator. We are trading on Thinkorswim. They have multiple ways to trade on a simulator, and I would definitely practice and get green, meaning show that you have a profit for at least several months before you try to go live. And then obviously speak to someone you trust. Don't just watch YouTube channels and then bet your mortgage payment on what you're seeing here. You've got to learn and yourself and understand. So one of the things we're going to bring up today before we start is what's going on, why day traders have kind of taken over and been making the most money, and particularly scalping. So, I get contracted by prop firms to create custom indicators. Sometimes I'll be using, basically, everyone's trying to combat AI and their high-frequency algorithms, which are getting more and more difficult to trade up against because you're trying to predict which way the price action is going to go at any given moment. Certainly, within any few minutes, you want to know, if you're a day trader, which way the price action is going to go. They call that also trading with the crowd. So how do you predict such a thing? Is it possible to predict such a thing? Well, the high frequency algorithms can, and they're dumping in huge amounts of monies for the big boys, in and out on a regular basis. Now, if you research prop firms, you will find that they regularly have traders that make over $1 million a year, $10 million a year, even $20 million a year day trading and scalping. Scalping being what I mean by day trading, making that kind of money. So there's a skill involved, but it's not just skill, and it's not just having the right strategy and understanding where to mark historical data, support and resistance levels. It's also having the right tools. Now, in this layout that you see here, this is a 1-minute chart. They'll have a volume that's different than this on a typical one for Thinkorswim. They have the active trader, the level 2, a 15-minute chart, a 5-minute chart, and then I have another 5-minute, 1 hour, and a 4 hour. All that's free. You can totally get that all set up for free. I show all kinds of videos about how to build your own layout. I offer a whole bunch of different layouts that you can just download or upload for free. So you don't have to have money and to buy tools. The tools are right here on Thinkorswim, and there's tons of studies that you can get on for free. Now, it's a good way to start before you're spending any money, but if you want to really crack the code to the next level and make that big money, usually traders will rely on custom indicators. Now, I'm a very indicator-driven trader, and as we've advanced over the few years particularly, it's gone so much with AI, we've advanced where you can literally call out the trade with an amazing amount of accuracy, 80 to 90% accuracy. Once you have the right tools, you practice, and you mark the right historical data. So we're going to go over the RV strategy today, which I'll have a link for this one particular strategy I'm trading today, although I would look at some of the other ones we trade too, but there's a link to the book, Day Trading Volume 1. Most people have that book on their desk. Most traders do. This is really the best strategy out there, in my opinion, and our traders that trade here, because it's safe. It's safe. So go for a goal of making $100 a day, $200 a day, whatever you need to maybe make a living or quit that second job at least. Just go for something small, and then you can work your way up. This is basically this strategy, the RV strategy, is based on a large cap, $25 billion minimum market cap, $1 billion minimum float, meaning a very huge stock that's a dinosaur. Now, take away the fact that with all this nonsense going on with the tariffs, we're having a very volatile market. Typically, the RV strategy is perfect. If there is a catalyst, meaning news, that is moving the stock, you basically do not want to trade the RV strategy. And it even says that. You are not, it's the opposite of people who have the scanners set up that are catching the runners. Now, I have videos that show you how to do that. You don't have to buy a service. Thinkorswim has the tools to set up the scanner. So look for my scanner video, and I have different ways to set up to see those momentum stocks. So I would definitely do that if you're into that. That's a different type of trading, and there is a book that the $1 Million Margin Club put out that's really the best-selling book for trading the open, and that's known as Day Trading Volume 4. And I would recommend that if you're going to do that type of trading, like trade the open and look for the runners and watch scanners, that you have that book and you study that book, because it even shows you how to do offshore accounts if you can't make margin, and all kinds of stuff for beginner traders. But trading the open, you definitely want to have a strategy, so I would get that book. And I'd also think about getting the Candlestick Pattern Playbook, because there are patterns within patterns. You're going to see me show mark historical data here in just a second, because we're about to start trading and how I do this strategy. But then there's also patterns within patterns, like these candlesticks, which are showing the high price to the low price and then the open and the close in each one. They too create patterns. Like this is a tweezer move, they call it right here. Okay, this is a doji. All right, telling you the price action is about to turn around, and it turned around, So there's different patterns for everything. I would recommend you learn them. Why I like Day Trading Volume 2 or the Candlestick Pattern Playbook, it's the only book out there that rates them. So I'm trying to give you good books. Trading in the Zone by Mark Douglas, that's another good book. I would get that book because it teaches you about probability and outcome and how so many trades go against you, and you really should have a share size low enough so that you can handle that no matter what. I made a video called Trading with Nerves of Steel. You really want to watch that, and it talks about how to control, how to make it so you're not nervous when you trade, which is really important. I'm seeing that we're having some trouble here on this level too. There it goes. Okay. So now on this, so that's another good. Best Loser Wins, Tom Hougaard. That's another great book I'd think about getting. So these are just things you're going to want to take your time, study before you just start doing what I do. It's exciting. And we need to make it exciting because we want to entertain you so that you maybe get a passion for trying to do this. And then I'm going to call why I take the trades. If you have a question for me in the comments, why did you take the trade at that level? I love questions like that. If it wasn't plainly evident to you that I took it, because the whole idea with these advanced custom indicators is you can literally see the future. That's how good they're getting. So it becomes way easier to make money, and it's short money if you buy them for like $25 to get some indicators. So that's just my sales pitch on that. I have links to everything. Now on this 1 minute chart, which we'll be trading, I have the market magnet here, which is a custom indicator. That's the magnet. That's the high and low range based on 50%, which is made for large cap and mega cap. So it's specially designed. Usually when you see blue bars come in, let's see if you see any here on this level here. I don't even see any here because the volume's so low. But blue bars will come in below the magnet. That means it's probably going to pull down. Above the magnet means it's probably going to pull. Everything's a probability. There's no exactly. And then we also have the buy-sell oscillator, which will show you which way to go with green and red arrows. These arrows all the way across are part of the market magnet's range. But these other arrows are the buy-sell oscillator. You'll see me react to those. There's other ones, the MACD crossover, that'll come up as white arrows, and you'll hear an alarm. You'll see me react to those. We have the moving averages on here. That's the VWAP. Like if I was going to go, if I open up the studies on this, you can see I have the 9, the 20, the VWAP, the buy-sell oscillator, the MACD surge, the market magnet, and then finally at the bottom down here is the scalping indicator, which is the number one. Not only is it going to give you a little bit longer move with the 14 EMA crossover, the VWAP telling you which direction it's going, but right inside it shows what was the last candlestick volume, the current candlestick volume. See how it's going up? And then how many buyers and how many sellers, and then it's marked literally inside the candle, telling you which way to go. Like you're a surfer, you jump on a wave, you go, it's going this way, ride it down, and it's short-term price action, right? The other thing that you have here is the multi-chart alignment over here on this 5-minute chart. This is telling you, because you want to trade with the crowd, that people that only trade on 5-minute charts or 15-minute, 30-minute, 1 hour, 4 hour, what are they seeing? They're all seeing down. They're going to jump on a short, or they're going to wait for things to turn around to go long. They're looking for the bottom, which is where strategies come in. So let's talk about this strategy that we have up here right now is the RV strategy, which I've set up in advance. Okay, this is a day chart. So what you do on the day chart is you look for the close of the previous day. So on a red candle, that's right here. Then you look at your ATR down here now. Apple has really changed. It's got a huge ATR right now, which is the average true range over the last 14 days, right? So what they do is they take the open and close of every day over 14 days, and with a mathematical formula, they smooth it out and come up with an average that you should expect that stock to move today in today's moving. So if we look at that, where that closed, then we take that number and we divide it in half right there, $11.60. We would subtract half of it from the close to get a low level and add half. So we effectively found the center, then split the difference of the $11.60. That's the range we expect to move in. That's part of this strategy. Very, very respected levels on the bottom and top. You know why? So many people do that, not just because they like to trade the RV strategy, which I think is really the number one strategy out there, but there are so many other strategies that use these levels that you want to do that. Then the next thing they say that it gets respected is what I'm trying to say, is you're going to want to set up the Fibonacci level. See, this is a 5-minute, 10-day chart. So you go back to the low and then the high here within that area. I mean, it could be high to low too. It's always left to right. And then you snap it, and then these levels will open up. Some people call them nature's mathematical formula. Part of this strategy, it's highly respected. You also do it on a 5-minute, 2-day chart. You can see I snapped that for just the pre-market this morning. This ended up being high to low. It gave us more levels. So the more levels we want in between that red and green. And then when you're trying to create channels, which is what this strategy is all about. So they say that next you open up a 4-hour chart and you look for channels, right? So I have a 4-hour chart down here. So you're looking for historical data. You're looking where price action came to a stop and turned around. Came to a stop, turned around, came to a stop, turned around. There aren't enough of them in here, as you can see, to create what I want to do is channels. We're already down at the bottom here. So I didn't use the 4-hour because it says if there isn't enough, you don't feel they're within your range to set your share size. It's really a way to protect yourself, that you go down to the 1-hour chart, then the 15-minute chart, and then finally the 5-minute chart. So if you see, I went down to the 5-minute, and then I marked where they abruptly turned around. There wasn't many inside the oh no, I just did a few above it, and then here they are. Yeah. So there's the fib levels in there, and then I did other areas where they turned around abruptly, where I stayed above it, and then I did a few below it as well. So now it's not rocket science. It makes a mess of your chart, but when you're only trading on a 1-minute here, it's not really a mess because here's what you're seeing, right? Now I have my layout. It's very, very sensitive. And I'm trying to see every bit of weird action that goes on. So guys, we'll be starting in about 3 minutes. I have a whole crowd here on Zoom. I have Charlie over here is actually training somebody new, and she is handling the chat so that we have a backup person. And Alan is trading a new strategy downstairs with the other guys. That should be interesting to see what we're working on, a new strategy. I'm working on a bunch of new indicators too that I keep getting asked to make by the prop firm. So those should be available. I always try to make the indicators free for at least 2 to 3 days for everybody that's been loyal to me, and then they go away because you'd have to buy them after that. So now we're about to start. Everything's laid out and set up, and I'm going to be looking at this right now to tell them what I'm thinking. Everybody's ready up there. So we start right at 10 a.m., and I really like the fact that we have price action on the ATR level right here because it's going to make it way easier to call. So we'll look for channels in between here. And we look at these support and resistance levels that are based on historical data as guidelines. You can't rely on them 100%. But when you have the indicators as well as the strategy, which gives you the fib levels and the historical data levels, and you're reading, you can see there's an arc down here, but it's getting weaker. And you see how it just came up off that and it sprang way up. So we want to watch this. It's getting some sensitive action here. The moving averages are moving down. The VWAP's being pulled down right now as it starts to smooth across these averages. So we're going to keep a close eye on this. Okay, so that's the MACD crossover. So it wants us to go up right now. So now the ATR is almost like a magnet because people will use this as a bounce off level. So we're right at the fibs, which 2 different fibs right there. So that's a serious resistance. Okay, but it looks like it's just going up, so maybe not. Now I'm going to be watching what the market maker is going to give me right here because I know since I'm only trading market, I know I'm going to get filled, but I might get slippage. So that's part of the way I trade this is I will do market and then I will do reverse a lot. So, guys, we have about a minute and a half, about a minute. Haven't really gone over. It's telling us to go up. It does not want it to go down, but look at it go down. It's pushing it. Let's see where that MACD closes. That is one of the prop firms like best indicators that you want to watch and listen to. But I mean, this is like 80 to 90% accurate. So you just, what you're trying to do is you're trying to get them together with other, it's basically telling me to buy. So I'm looking to buy down here, guys. We have about 30 seconds. You want to see as many indicators line up as you possibly can. And if it gets anywhere near that ATR, by some chance, I am absolutely going in. So let's just see. It seems to be going down there. Even if it's a few seconds early, guys, just so you know, I'm looking because the MACD kept trying to turn it around there. And then you have the support of the ATR down there. So let's see. Yeah, I'm just going to take it right there. So I'm long at 66. Oh, man. Look, you see how it popped down right after I took it. This is a chance to take some baby moves here. So we'll see. I'm gonna reverse right there at $70. So I actually thought I was going to catch it closer to that 96 on that move. So that wasn't exactly where I wanted to get it there, but that's okay. That's okay. So now we'll see if it can get off that. I'm going to take it off that ATR again. So I'm still. I'm going to go reverse again. And see, right when you have a channel right here, often you'll get some bouncing right at the ATR level. So I'm going to play this for, a few minutes before it actually decides to make a move here. So let's see what happens here. Perhaps I've called this one wrong. I don't know. I'm looking for a dip, or I'm going to, if it doesn't dip, then I'm going to, and this is a little risky right here because I'm really just playing off the strategy alone. And we did get a MACD a second ago, but I don't have a lot of. Yeah, I mean, it looks like it really wants to go up. I gotta get out of this move. I'll take it at the. So I managed to scrape like $300 here, and then it goes down. But it gave me a little cushion to play this little reindeer game I'm playing. Wow, MACD says go down. I got out too soon. See that? So kind of conflicting. It said go up right here on that line, and then it said no, don't go up too far. So you're always just sort of guys, I'm getting ready to try to reverse on a bounce here again. Or not. I'll take that. I think I slipped. I think I got some slippage there. Yeah, we don't have a lot of range going on here. It's one of the indicators I'm working on is to call the average range, and that's going to be exciting to get. It was brought up by other traders that it would be very helpful because it's when they would back test, they would see how often that came into play. So I've been working on that one as well as another one, which, I hope to get out if not today, tomorrow. It's sort of changing up what I already had. Yeah, I'm looking for it to hit the ATR again, guys. It's really indecisive here. I'm trying to get out some baby moves here off the ATR level, but I feel I'm getting it riskier and riskier. I broke 430. I got it at 57, just above it. I do not want to try to play that little channel. I'd kind of like to play this channel maybe on the strategy, and I'd like to see some more indicators come into play here because the magnet's so high above right now that but we are trading Apple, so generally you can't lose track of the fact that we're wow. You guys guys doing up there? I'm going to take that. I'm going to reverse. This is not going to be a $5,000 trading session unless we get some bigger moves than this, because this is kind of dumb. So, whoa, okay, the magnet pulled down. Okay, so I got to turn around. I'm going to turn around there at 58. Okay, so let's see what happens here. Finally, the volume is picking up enough where the magnet came into play. So, so here's our low end, and our high end is way the heck up there somewhere, right? Where is it? There, way up there. So we're getting some support down here, which is one of the reasons I turned around. I mean, we've been doing baby moves. When I see this, I tend to think that we're going to get some bigger moves here. So I picked the long, although I am short biased, but you can see from the 5-minute and even the 15-minute, we came to a consolidation or a pause right here, right along this level. So ATR will act as a springboard. Now, if it was down here, I'd be going into the escalator strategy. Right now, I'm still thinking we're trading the RV strategy. So we're going to really respect these levels and take a close look at these. And I really would like to get, yeah. So now finally, yeah, see, there you go. So because of that, now let's look at those fibs maybe. Everybody's with me. Yeah. Now remember, whole and half dollars too. They're right at the even dollar right there, 97. So that's another way to respect it. People tend to put trades in at even and half dollars. All right, it's just the way the brain works. So again, you're trying to trade with the crowd. So learning these little secrets, really, it makes it so easy to, wow, it broke the 97 and then it came back. So let's take a look. This is a little harder to call today, guys, because the, you know, I'm really depending on the levels for the RV strategy here, telling me what to do. So, I mean, you know, breaking through a double fib, you know, and the even dollar amount, I don't know. I don't hold out very high hopes for that, frankly, but it seems like it just keeps banging and falling down, banging and falling down. I'd like to see it spring up a little bit, then I'll probably reverse. Oh, I missed it. I just don't want to get into a baby channel in here, so it seems like we were going to have some moves here, and now it's not seeming like it, so that's too bad. It's pulling back down. I could have caught that and then tried to ride it back up like I was doing just a second ago. I just getting into a thing where I'm taking that many trades to get to where I need to go today. It's not the ideal way to, it's not the best stock to trade that way if that's what's going to happen here. Usually Apple doesn't do this quite like this. This is acting a little bit like a mid cap where it's hard to, you know, the moves are much smaller. So we need some bigger moves with an $11 ATR, guys. We need some moves here. So let's hopefully think it's going to retrace at least back up to the $200 range here. Okay, is it going to break 97 and then maybe get to 97.13 or up to the next level, 33? There it goes. It broke the 13 for a second, so I'm going to stay in. I'm going to bang off the 30, 13 up there, 197 if it gets up there, or I'm going to reverse real quick. Okay, I'm going to take it right there, 32. Now, you saw the buy-sell oscillator tell us, no, that's too big a move. Get ready to turn around. So that's what I did. Now, what happens if it keeps going up? So, guys, this is what I was saying. If you're new to the channel and you're learning about the indicators, it told me just outright that this was about to happen. And I'm saying it because I know it's going to happen because of that. Now, 80, 85, 90%, some people say. So, yeah, it could have gone the other way. But overall, I would wait a couple of candles and still respect it to go down when I see the buy-sell oscillator tell me it's going to go down. You know, plus, every time it breaks through a level, I look at it like shackles are holding it, stretching like a rubber band, wanting to pull it back down again. So if you think about the price action as being alive, it sometimes helps you imagine what's happening and make the moves a little quicker and not question them as much. So yeah, now I'm looking patterns and nothing's really forming. This might end up forming a bear flag on the 5 minute, so we'll keep an eye on that. If it goes past halfway up, this would be the pole. This would be the flag. If it breaks halfway, then it's no longer a flag. But if it stops and turns around, we could have a very strong move down. So let's keep an eye on that. So now price action has, yeah, so the EMA crossover hit again. I am going short. I was just making sure I was going short. Buy sell oscillator says don't pay attention to that hangman right there. That's about to go down. So we're making money slowly here, but not like we're used to with 500 shares, you know. So now we don't want to panic here. Two indicators say we're going down. The line up here is being respected, 197.30 area, and we're just doing a little consolidation. So if it starts to make a new channel here, go up and down, then I will start to take these trades. But right now, I'm going to hold it based on these making a bigger move. I'd like to see it break this, actually break the price action, not a shadow wick. This is 197.05. So look at the market maker here. I want to see it break that level. Honestly, that's a good trade for the way we've been doing that. It's also the even dollar amount down there, once again, 197. So we're looking at that. So yeah, getting the books to learn the strategy, getting the right indicators, that's really the secret to your success, unless you already are a good trader, or if you just want to watch a fun, entertaining video, we are here for you. It isn't, you know, you look at it and it might seem so hard to understand. So I would recommend watching more of the videos that walk you through. How are you guys doing there? Broke below the fib. Okay, see the price action coming in here? Now that might pull the magnet up, which means I want to be careful and turn around. If it does, we don't want to see that magnet come up while I'm in a short position. That is not something I want to see. So let's see for a second here what it's going to do. Oh, I'm going to go ahead and reverse right there, guys. It popped up. I didn't like it. So I'll turn around again at just above the fib level. So I banked 1,000. Now this could end up being a brick wall for price action. So let's see what happens. So that's how the market magnet works. Oh, wow. It pulled it up again, but then it snapped it down. At least I'm going the wrong way then if that's the case. It's still acting like it. Oh, it pulled me up again. But yet price action says below. So there's a real tug of war at these fibs here. Now fibs are, you've got to take them seriously. The Fibonacci levels, a lot of people snap the exact same levels, which means they all see it, which means they all are going to react to it. And a lot of them will say, sell. Okay, so it pulled back down. So we're in the right position to go down right now. But it's very volatile right now, so I'm slightly worried about it, what it's doing here. So, okay, so that's the buy-sell oscillator, also telling me it's about to turn around. So let's keep an eye on that. Multi-chart alignment's mixed right now. Scalping indicator says we are to stay short. 83% down, right at the top of the volume. And what I'd really like to see if I'm going to stay in this position is this magnet pull down, because the buy-sell oscillator told me it's going to go back up. So I'm a little worried to stay here much longer. So let's see. So I want to make sure you guys understand why I'm calling the directions based on what I see. So anybody can do this if you have the right tools and you set the strategy up correctly. Anybody can call these out. Just a little bit of practice. Trade in a simulator first, and then you can make a living day trading. You know. Wow. Okay, so definitely the fib is something we want to watch, guys. And then next, if it happens to break it, here is your market magnet support level. Wow. It said go down. I'm holding. This is going to be our best trade today so far because it's been a struggle to make the money. So yeah, the MACD said to go down right when it was about to hit the ATR, but now yeah, we're gonna have to get out of here soon. If it there it goes. Holy, I'm gonna take it there. I took it right at the level of the market magnet and banked 1500. So now we are going to be, wow, it went all the way down to 196. We're going to be long biased for sure. And I can see that I'm short biased, I'm sorry. And you can see now that it is, yeah. So I need to adjust my way of thinking and not try to ride this all the way back up. I want to take some baby scalps here and be going short if I can. And everybody's green, which is good to see. Yeah, it's definitely a little more. I'm having to concentrate just a tad more this morning and not just kick back and chat because this is now the ATR. I would definitely reverse on the ATR. So I'm looking the market maker to get into the mid 50 cents range there. If it does, and then I will reverse off that ATR. Let's see if it does. And think about stair stepping down short with these scalps, taking it down short. Let's see what happens. It's right at the ATR, guys. We're right there. You hit it for a second. I'm just going to take it there. 51. So I broke 1600. Wow, don't blow straight up now. Yeah, we want to get down into like an escalator strategy before we want to see it come down and then retest, which would be more of an escalator strategy. So make sure you watch the archive videos, guys, so you learn all the different strategies and how to trade them because it just takes a little bit of practice, then getting the right tools, and you can go over to the $1 Million Margin Club's website. Yeah, they have a website too. I meant to say the YouTube channel has a whole bunch of videos about indicators and stuff. So that's something you can learn about these tools before you were like going to spend money on them or something. But some of them I really would do. It's just short money, but it's easy for me to spend your money, right? So you have to decide. Oh boy. Wow. The bid and the ask are off the market by quite a bit. I'd like to see it get down here. It looks like it's going to make a channel here. So this is channel trading. That's what the RV strategy is. I wish it was above the ATR making a channel, but still, we have to respect the strategy. I'm going to take that 38. That's not what I wanted. Yeah, I thought I was down at 30, so now I'm in trouble here. Not big trouble, but a little bit of trouble. I would want to go long right here, but I'm already out of position to go long, so I'm looking to see if I can get out of this with a little bit of green. I'm just going to go on 0. So I'm at 35 now, trying to get out of this move. That's not that good. That's just a few cents up. So yeah. But I'm trying to get bank off that 26 level, 26 cents to go long again. Is this going to be our new channel? God, I hope not. This is just too tight. So at this point, I'm trying to control not too big a loss by flipping back and forth, and I'm going to lose some on slippage, which makes it worse. I'm going to take that. I think I got like 10 bucks. Only because I need to go long here. So I'm right at the level here where the market magnet has stopped it. This support and resistance level, or I should just call it a resistance level, has stopped it. Overall, it's a short bias. So yeah, I mean, it may be that it's just going to keep breaking. Where's our next level? 195.85. See, a bunch of you are still short. That might be the move. It's really hard to call this. Man, I'm just trying to get up to 2K. This is going to be a rough day. We're definitely, everybody knows I'm trading the power hour. I know a bunch of you are sticking around to yuck it up, but it's a long time. So I won't be on camera that long. So, and then there's lunch. Probably doing a hike in between, clear my head. Okay, so this is getting pretty good now. It's great to, if you have a passion for day trading and it's not, you're not wringing your hands and sweating and having stomach ulcers, keep your share size low and that won't happen to you. But if it isn't happening to you, it's a really fun way to live because you can make your own schedule. And I will be some days, I know we're coming up to a holiday weekend, some days I'm really depressed when I don't get my full 5 days of trading in, and then other times I'm like, oh, I'm glad I have a break, just a little bit of a break. Wow. I almost took that. I'm thinking about it. We're hitting up toward the magnet. But remember, we were up to the fib. It's going. I'm gonna look to the fib to reverse if it gets up that high. Looking for the fib or in that general area, $97 mark, 197 even. It might have stopped right there. It's making a bit of a tweezer there. So I don't know if it's going to make the 97 because it's really well, there it is. Where's the fib at? 97. We're at the fib. I'm just going to take that. That's 2K. So, yeah, I mean, it might keep going, but you see the buy-sell oscillator turning around. So here's where we kept turning around before. So it's kind of coming back and playing the same reindeer games with us. So let's just, see if we can, again, you don't try to make up new price action. Follow what it's telling you. Trade with the crowd. It's great if you can be, well, I saw that coming and nobody else did. It's like, yeah, you might get right occasionally. But your whole deal is to trade with the crowd. And that's why using a strategy everybody's looking at, using indicators everybody's looking at, and these people that say, I don't need indicators to trade, well, good for them. I feel like they're being very lucky, or they're a kind of animal I've never seen before, and I highly respect them, and maybe they can teach me. Because at some point, you're always looking at something historical, whether you're 1 minute back, 5 years back. You're looking for historical data of some sort here. Looking down by the 71 level to play this channel. I'm going to take it. I got it at 66, so it broke it, and I'm thinking it's going to bounce back. Even if it keeps going, I'm looking for it to bounce back for a second first. This is a lot of trades, more than I normally do, and I'm mic'd up, so I took a little breath there. It's like I'm not really stressed. It's exciting, But at this point, I probably have half this number of trades, But we're trying to catch these baby channels. I'm just gonna think about that a minute and slow down. We have about 7 minutes left, so, kind of be happy at between 2,500 and 3,000 if I keep it up. I think I've had one, maybe two losing trades, but generally they've been break even, the losing ones. So we're looking back up at the fib. Quite frankly, I'm looking at the fib. You can see it kind of made it. This candle broke the bear flag on the 5 minute. but it does seem like it's kind of made a bear flag. So, then it came back up this way. So now I don't, all right. So it's going to every level. Think about it as a little wall. It's got a breakthrough shackles. I want to see some of my indicators kick off here. I want to see if I stay long, I'd like to see the magnet pull up. If I go short again, and I want to see if I want to break the ATR, I'd like to see the magnet pull down and maybe the MACD or the buy-sell oscillator. Right now, as you can see, multi-chart alignment says we are going up, but that's not going to last. So it's up and down, up and down. That's what large caps do. You find a range, you go up and down, up and down. Everybody's going long, right? It'll fool you here that you want to go short, but I'm thinking that we have a bit of, at least up to the fib. We're almost there, but it depends on how strong it hits it there. Look at the scalping indicator, guys. I don't want to take my finger off the reverse button, but the scalping indicator is telling us all buyers right at the top of the volume as volume goes up. So I'm going to ride this a little further. It's breaking the 13 level. I'll probably go up to that, like this level at least. I don't think, has it been there yet? Yeah, one time right at the open. So let's think about that as our possible guideline, but be prepared to get out of this at any minute. 16, 18 cents. It keeps pushing up. Yep, scalping indicator still telling us stay in this move. Buyers by multi-chart alignment says stay in this move. If that magnet pulls up, guys, it could really be it could be a complete reversal of what's happening here. At the 33, guys, I'm going to bank it. Yeah, I'm just going to bank that, just, and then I'll reverse right back again and manage my position here. So here's the top of the market magnet. That would be where it might be worth trying to stay in it if you're still going long. I basically just wanted to get out of this move for a minute and bank that money. And I'm ready to reverse right back again if it keeps going. So I want to see this pass like 50 bucks. I'm looking at the money suddenly, just like I'm looking at fib to reverse back and go long. Can I get the fib? I'll take it. What did I get it at? 05? 05. Yeah, there was an 03 there for a second. So that's right to fib at the fib level. Man, that hurt me. I should have waited a minute. It looks like it's going to go back down, guys. I don't know. Yeah, I think I'm in the wrong position here, as you can see from the money, but I was also just assessing. It does seem like, well, sellers only made it halfway up. I might have a chance to get out of this position here, so I'm looking at it. That was $12 down. Oh, I should have taken that. Yeah, so I'll be lucky to make 3K. I don't want to drop below 2,500. So, wow. So we're not going to make it today, but it's all right. We'll make it at the power hour. We can do it. It's been tougher with this weird stuff going on to trade anything, honestly. I'm just going to take that 450 loss, $4.50, back up to 2,700. Seriously? Now it's going to go up. Oh man, price action coming above the magnet. I took another loss there. So I'm at 97.11, going long. You see, we almost had an abandoned baby here. Definitely a morning star pattern, as well as the magnet just sprang. So I called it wrong a second ago. We're getting support on the fib level. This is probably my last trade. So that was a hard call. I called it wrong as I looked at the price action. Now it's turning me around. Buy sell oscillator. Yeah, so at this point, I'm gonna, when I get up here at the 9:30, at the 10:30 mark, I'm just gonna sell out. Oh man, really? Is it gonna kill me? Well, I'll be happy with 2,500. Calling these last few wrong here. Wow, it says it should go up, man. It should go up. Just this didn't make it to the top, which is concerning. Sellers have taken over here. We've got a fib to bounce it, and the magnet pulled up. Multi-chart alignment says up, but the buy-sell oscillator keeps telling you no. So it's a conflicting action here, which is always hard. There's the 10:30 even. So I will get out no matter what by the end of this candle here. See this? This tells us we're going to go up. This should spring up here. There it goes. Boom. Now that's like a trampoline. It should send that up. So my last trade is a good trade. Now it's going down. Now it's below it. Well, sorry I let you down on these last few trades, guys. It just the indicators, you know, they're accurate, but not every single time. It might take a minute, so that is it. Yeah, I'm just going to sell out. So, 25.90, not bad. But yeah, I wish it was a more defined, clear, easy to read indicator day, but we weren't getting a lot of help. But we got some, and when it did call them out, it called it out pretty accurately. The magnet seemed to be wrong here. It would have been great if I had gotten some more, MACD crossovers here, but it's just not. It's consolidating so much that a lot of the indicators aren't coming into play that we would normally use. But regardless, they're the reason that this trading was successful along with the strategy. So hopefully, guys, those tuning in, Charlie, everybody takes a snapshot of their screen when I stop, and then we have our own competition going on as well. But I don't think anybody beat me there. Yeah, 2 people beat me there. But otherwise, I'm right there at the top of the pack. Oh, now it goes up. Yeah, now it's going up. Look at that. Oh, well. Okay, guys, listen, thanks for watching. Remember, trade in a simulator. Always stay inquisitive. Learn new stuff and go green out there, and I will see you next time.